Bam! Haha! Probably scared somebody out there. I gotta find a smoother way to do that. I feel like it's really mean. What's up, guys and girls? Theys and thems, hims and hers. It's Thursday, and we're gonna fix some toys. I don't know what we're fixing tonight, actually. I have a lot of packages that have been coming in. In fact, so many that I'm gonna open one right now. I've been doing like, I feel like I've been working every single day um, after work. In fact, I have. I've got some joint tightening things I've got to do, which I didn't think would work really well on here. Um, just because it'd just be me doing this the whole time. I feel like this is how you tighten a joint. I don't know if anybody wants to see that or not. But, yeah. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got. Looks like we got ourselves a Mafex Spider-Man with the normal knee brake. This is a normal repair now, or normal brake, I guess. I see this so often. This sucks, man. I like this figure a lot, too. I think I like the Sentinel more, but I love this Mafex, too. He's really, really fun. Unfortunately, what isn't fun is when they break. We don't want that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remove this peg here carefully. I got to be real careful that I don't hit this. Looks like he sent the bare legs, so we got to be real careful with that. I don't want to pinch and get all dirty and gross. What's up, guys? What's up, Brian? My man Samurai Chris, one of my patrons. Samurai Chris, thank you so much for your support, man. It means a lot. It really means so much. Naren, what's going on, dude? We got Michael Mahoney in here, as always. Hope you and the family are doing great. Michael, every time you show up, you're like, hey, I hope your family's doing all right. Appreciate that. Christine's actually on her way to Dallas right now, so wish her well travels, safe travels, and then hopefully she'll be back soon. So this is a pretty common break, like I said. This is actually the peg that broke off. I wasn't sure, I guess whenever I got this. This is kind of a tough one. I see, honestly, more often than this, I see the peg here break. So that's awesome, I guess, that this didn't break that way. Looks like I've got my tools over here. Hang on. I was going to try to do some work on my lunch break today, but I ended up getting sidetracked as usual. And so sometimes I'll bring my tools with me and get a little work done. We all know what that's like. You know, you take off work to do a little work. You know what I mean? Let's see. So what I'm going to try to do here is we're going to remove this first. Let me see if I can't. Because right now we don't actually have to remove the entire joint from the knee, which is awesome. And let's see if we can keep this intact. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking this smaller screwdriver bit here, flathead, and carefully trying to kind of pry up kind of through the middle here. It is through the middle. But you want to be careful. You want to see if there's a seam you can find, maybe. And so I'm in there now, but we don't want to break anything. So let's see if we can't carefully. I say quietly. Quietly wouldn't hurt. You don't have to be quiet when you're doing this, though. Let's see if we can't get this guy out. Usually what I'll do is I'll take one of these end nippers. It's the actual name. I've been calling them clippers. They're actually end nippers. You can do this, like clip them. But I can't do that right now because if I did that, I'd clip this knee. So usually if it's just like a regular peg that's already out, you can just knock that fella out. Let me see if my other one's gonna do any better. Hang tight. I feel like I'm just scrambling trying to get this stupid thing on here. See if we can scrape this stuff away here. See, is this smaller than this guy? Oh, it is. Cool. This is this is the newest one I bought, and it was a single one. This one's a little more expensive, so I'm hoping it's gonna last longer. I'm trying to take care of it better. After my last one broke. My last one was actually this Stanley brand right here, which you can see. This is the second one that I had, and it looks like it's already 1 foot in the dang grave. Man, no wonder this thing broke. I think it's just snug. But it looks like to me, I can't tell if it's this guy was the problem or if it's the fact that it twisted off of there was the problem. If it was too tight inside the leg. Man, why am I not being able to... We want to get in between these guys here. Let's see what we got going on here. Oop. Well, if it's that tight, let's see if we can't get a razor blade in. Kind of... You don't want to go too crazy with a razor blade here because you could end up, you know, cutting the peg. Which, like I said, is normal. I wouldn't be surprised. Watch, I'll probably break the peg and end up having to do that anyway. Alright, there we are. We're in. We were until... Gosh, this happened to me a lot the other day. I was like, I'd get in and I'd pull out the... or I'd move my hand and the dang screwdriver would pop out. I'm like, oh, come on, man. Alright. So that was a little tougher than I expected. A lot of times these things are broken, so this must be actually in full shape. So that's cool. Oh, what's up, Toy Migos? The Toy Migos are here. What's up, guys? If you guys aren't subscribed to the Toy Migos, you need to get your butt over there. I should be wearing my Chat Migo shirt. I'll wear it next time I'm on the Chat Migos. Whenever that happens. If you guys ever want me back, you let me know. I'll join. I'll talk. I'll talk Migo talk all day long. Let's see who else we got in here. My man Goober. Goober says no rush because this is literally like I sold him. It says happy birthday. It's not his birthday. I don't think it's your birthday. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, but I don't think it is. I sold him a knockoff Gwen. He knows it's a knockoff. Which is a really good knockoff, man. I'm not gonna lie. I like this figure. I really did. But here recently, I just sold all of my amazing Yamaguchi figures. I was just kind of over them, except for I didn't sell Cap, Deadpool. I decided to keep my Iron Man because I forgot I had him. Honestly, that's why I sold these things. And I looked in there and I was like, oh my god, I want this Iron Man. So I think he's really cool. I kept Cable, I kept War Machine, and I'm probably gonna sell my my Magneto and then replace him with the Mafex AOA version right now, and then replace him with the soon to be released regular version. But anyways, I sold that Gwen to Goober there, and I freaking on like Monday or Tuesday, and I've been meaning to ship it out to him, but I want to make sure I'm tightening all the joints for him, just because it is a KO and some of the joints are kind of loose, and I just want him to have like kind of a brand new figure basically when he gets it in, and that'll be cool. So anyways, that's what we're doing. You know how we do. Who else is in here? Michael Nostalgia. Hey Billy, how are you tonight? Anything crazy happened today? No, last night, a fire, 100 acres burned, about 2 minutes from my house. It's freaking crazy. I was posting about it in the Discord, and, it was nuts, man. Some dude like kind of a dump truck. It's like not a semi, but like one of the shorter ones. His brakes went out on him, man. And he went off the highway. There's video. It's crazy. There's freaking video of this, man. He went off the highway and was like bouncing around, and homeboy jumped out of the freaking truck, and it hit a transformer, blew the transformer. He would have died if he would have hit this thing, man. And if he would have survived, I don't know what would have happened to this dude. But anyways, it took out our power last night around 8, I think it was 8 o'clock. It started this crazy fire, and it was like you could see the orange plumes from like right here, like whenever freaking Cali was burning. It's not that big, obviously, but it was scary. And this house, there's one house over there, and man, it couldn't have been like the width of a sidewalk, like that much further away from the house. It was freaking crazy. It was crazy. It was really crazy. So, did I mention it was crazy? wildness. It was wild. So that happened last night. Today, not so much. Today, I mean, compared to that, today was pretty dang tame. So, yay for that. Yay for tame days, right? I'll take a tame day pretty much any day. You know, I like a tame day. A little excitement's all right, but not when it's that close to my house. And not all I could think of last night was like, all right, Christine's here, she's good, so we got to get the dogs out, and I got to get all of my clients' work out of this house if it's gonna burn to the ground. Those are my thoughts. I know a lot of people are like, oh, don't worry about it, but it's like, man, that would suck, wouldn't it? Like, I was gonna grab my laptop and my clients' work, but didn't have to, thank God. Nobody got. No, I think there was like 3 injuries, maybe 4 injuries, but no deaths. No questionable, like, where are they at right now? Like, no, they're good. It's pretty wild though, man. This is a crazy night. It happened like I said, like 2 minutes from my house. So this fire's just burning, and then the power's like, dum, 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 dum. I'm like, what the heck's going on? It's crazy. I was scared a little bit. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is we could either A, try to drill a hole through here and reattach this through here, which might work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. We've seen it not work on this stream before. We've seen it work on this stream before. Because the cool thing about it is this has no twist. See, there's no twist in here. It just goes on straight. So all it has to do is plug in and plug out. There's no twist, so that's actually pretty nice. That we don't have to worry about that. I'm trying to see here. Let's see if I can't get this out of the way. And let's see, where did it break? A lot of times I'll take it and I'll try to find that where it kind of matches up. You know, that's the spot where obviously we want it to go in and reattach. And since it would be half on and half off, let's see what we got here. Man, this one's really being a punk. Oh, there it is. I think I found it. Generally, you could find it by looking for the stress marks that are in the plastic. There we are. And this would be one day whenever I get like real rich and famous, I'll afford 4K video stuff, and then you guys can be like, oh, I get it. Also, why does he have so many pores on his nose? That's weird. What do you think? Should we? I'll ask you guys, especially since my Patreon's been going up, and I've got a few guys in the group. People like Samurai Chris. Samurai Chris, let me ask you a question, since you are one of my patrons now, and that's going to give you a little bit of that extra, if you know what I'm saying. Do you think I should try to reattach this, or do you want to see me reshape this piece into fitting? What do you think? What do you want to see? You guys can chime in too. I'm not, I'm just want to see what y'all think. It sucks you can't just take one of these right here and just pop it on. This is just a I think this is just a standard. What kind of joint is this? Figure Arts, maybe? I think it's a Figure Arts joint. Anyways, not sure. We're gonna go ahead and get our. Either way, we're gonna need our drilly bits. Where you going, little friend? There we go. Drilly bits and sandy bits. I feel like it's weird. I've been in here all week, but I feel I haven't been able to get like that much done because some of the jobs I've been doing are just like taking something apart or trying to tighten joints, and it's just like, bro, it takes forever. You would be you if you didn't take the more difficult route, my man. All right. Chris said it best. Let's try to reattach this thing. He said I wouldn't be me without taking the more difficult route. Hey, check out this cool builder Smurf. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Oh, there we go. Feeling pretty Smurfy. I actually like this so much, I bought 2 of them. Found it at a Retro Madness. Okay, so if let's try both. I mean, let's see what happens. If this one doesn't work, then maybe we'll try to reshape it. Since we did a reshaping last week with the Harley Quinn, let's try to see if this will reattach. You know what I mean? Let's see what's going on. Oh, my man, there he is. Josh Smith says, I think I should buy a plane ticket to Germany at the end of September and come to an Ashes Remain show. Yeah, I'll just buy a ticket to Germany. Man, Josh, that would be awesome. That would be so freaking cool to see you play. Do you ever play in Texas, man? That'd be amazing. Come to Texas and play. Wait, are you from Germany? Am I just finding this out? Is Josh Smith from freaking Germany? Is Rocker Josh from Germany? All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let that go through. We're going to go ahead and drill a hole through here. We're going to try to drill through the side, this side right here. We're going to start from the bottom where it's going to attach to the peg thing here for the disc, the swivel. And I always start from the bottom because that way at least we know that hole is going to be pretty dead on. And let's see if we can stick to the side a little bit. We don't want to go directly in the center, which kind of sucks. Sometimes I go in the center, but with something like this, it's not a good idea because what'll happen is if you try to go through the center, all the way through the center of this, what can happen is once you put it back on, it's going to be off kilter. So when you try to push the leg back on, it's going to be like off to the side. Yeah, definitely from Maryland. I remember, man. I thought so, dude. Just playing in Germany. Well, freaking come to Texas, dude. Play in Texas and we'll come see you. Absolutely, we'll come see you. You ridiculous. Come to Germany. I'd love to come to Germany. If I came to Germany, I could see another one of my patrons, man. Chrisman. If you caught at the beginning, Chrisman, he's one of the Crew Maru OG members, and yeah, dude, he joined the Patreon, and he's from Germany, and he's freaking awesome. I really like that guy. Really nice dude. Really fun to chat with, and very German. Man, Migos, you keep dropping super chats. You guys are freaking crazy. You could have joined at this. All right, at this point, you could have joined the Patreon and had so many. You know how much $20 could have got you. You guys are too generous. You know that. Also, the Toy Migos will be on later tonight, if I'm not mistaken. They're on way later than I am because they're in California, so it's all daylight, and I'm ready to hit the snooze button already by the time that they're live. Unless it's a Friday or Saturday, I can do those. Those are fun. But Toy Migos are the freaking best, guys. Too dang nice. They're one of the only groups that I'm actually subscribed to as well. Like, I subscribe and I subscribe. You know what I'm saying? So since we've already got this hole drilled through this peg, we're going to go ahead and we're going to drill through here. And we're going to try to keep it off to the side as well. Slightly, just like slightly off to the side. Try to come in straight here. Ooh, careful. It's hard sometimes. You got to keep a nice, like, really tight grip, but while also trying to guide this thing, and I don't want it to slip up on me. Gosh, come on now. We got twisted off, so it's very it's being a little difficult. Let's see what happens if we do it this way. What I did there was I set this down like so, had this down, so it'd give me a little more leverage than my free hand bouncing up and down. Yeah. So you can see here that we drilled through, and my dogs are freaking out. I feel like feel like I might have actually drilled a hole. Are you able to see who's been subscribed to your channel the longest? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. So, what happened here was it looks like I got a little too close to the edge. It's just barely, like I needed to go down just slightly more. However, it's not a complete bust because it's not broken through. This still might actually work because what happens here is you get to put your screw through here. You'll tighten it through here as well, and it's going to have that plastic to grip onto. And also we've got a solid end on this other side, so that can grip on. And then when we press it against this guy right here, it's going to have that reinforcement as well. Sounds crazy, but definitely works. With this one though, the difference is I have to use the old tiny screw method because these are really small. These are really, really small. These are like the smallest, one of the smallest repairs I can do. Let's see what happens if I put the screw in here, if it'll actually tighten. If it'll tighten, we're good. Feels kind of loose. Like it's tightened in there, but it feels, I don't know. I don't know if I trust it or not. However, this peg is still good. Let's see what happens if we try to drill through or screw through here. I think I'm gonna have to put another round in this guy here. We'll see what happens. What's up, Danko? Danko Tooney's here. It's freaking awesome. Always good to see a familiar face, familiar name at least. Question for the crew. Crew question. How did everyone discover Bill? I saw him on Wade's Live. Yeah, I like Wade. Wade's a good guy. I like to give Wade just a little bit of hell, honestly. Every time he posts a picture of that new Wolverine, I gotta talk about how big the head looks. Just because I think it's funny. It's awesome. Shardimus. Oh man, I've known Russ for freaking ever, dude. I've known that man a long time. Let's see here. Josh, I'm gonna have to get you on here like to co-host with me one day. That'd be awesome. You can keep the crowd going. It's usually my man Ori's down to do that, but I don't want to over extend on that guy, so it'd be awesome. Oh yeah, I wonder if it was the Danko. Was it the Spider-Man? I did a ton of I think it was Mofex repairs for him. I did a lot of wrists, and I might have done a knee or something like that, but I remember I did a wrist repair, and it was a bunch of them. And Russ hooked me up with some of those extra parts too. That was really cool. But yeah, I don't know how I got on. I think people like suggested that I should go on Wade's deal, and I hit him up, and I was like, hey man, if you ever got an open spot, let me know. And man, I was on there pretty quick after that. It was pretty cool. Wade's a good dude. With this, so here's kind of a trick you can do. What happened here is whenever we tried to go in, right? Like I said, I went in on this side, and this side is now exposed. So we could do one of two things with this. We can risk it, and like I said, the screw fits in there, but it's not very tight. So what we can do is this. You can go in from another angle, technically. So you can't keep doing this, but you can go like, let's see what we got here. You won't even be able to tell on the back, really, where you did this, but you can take it. Let's see, where's the best place to do this? since everything's covered up, if we can keep it near the front, it's actually better because there's more coverage in the front. So we'll do this. We get it. You kind of get one more shot, so you can come in again at the same the same thing we did a minute ago. Only this time, I think whenever I steadied myself, that might have been what did it. I'm not used to doing that. Ooh, man, this thing's being a jerk. They really can be, dude. You got to hit them just right, and just let that heat kind of let the plastic. Try to keep it as steady as you can. Let's see how that one turned out. Okay, now that's what we wanted right there. This one's way, way, way better. The other one was kind of at the right spot, but it's just unfortunately with these things, you can't go exactly there to the end, or you end up, kind of cutting a bit of that edge. You don't have a whole lot of room to like make mistakes here. And you can see even right here, there's like it's almost like a breaking point in it, due to the tension on the outside. But luckily that's still not broken all the way through. So that's always good. So what we're going to do now, since we know that's going to go in, we're going to take this and we're going to straighten out our screw. Let's see here. I need these. So we're going to take these guys out right here and straighten this fella out. And these are way easier to straighten out than the stronger boys that I usually use. See what we got going on here. They're also easier to break while straightening them out if you don't get it right in a limited amount of moves. You could end up bending it way too much and then it just snaps, because unfortunately, as cool as these little guys are, they're not that strong. They're strong enough when you couple them with like some glue and whatnot, and whenever they're encased in the plastic, they do the job. But you got to make sure that you get them in there first without breaking them, and that's what we're doing here. Danko just said, "Hey Bill, just recently had the skinny ass peg on my Play Arts Kai Raiden figure snap. Did it trying to swap heads. Fixed it using an eye hook and your teachings, of course. Thanks." That's freaking awesome, dude. Well, congratulations on a successful repair, man. I've been hearing a lot of people here lately have been messaging me saying that some of the methods I got on here have helped them repair, and that's all I want. That's super, super cool. I love hearing that. I really, really do. That's why I do it. I wish, man, I really need to get some new tutorials up, man. Golly, that free time thing. It was there during, COVID, and after that, I hung on for a little bit, and then it just started dying out, and I got more responsibilities at work as well. So it's like, dude, you gotta be on your A game. But I'm glad I can still do these lives. Those are always nice. I love hanging out with you guys. If you're not part of the Discord, you need to get in there. We've got a Discord, which is free to join, and then we've got some there's also some exclusive Patreon channels in there, which I've been frequenting here recently a lot. It's kind of fun to hop in there, and I'll show people what I'm working on that night. Sometimes I just kind of get this wild hair, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna see what the Patreon guys are up to, and I'll send some stuff to them and whatnot, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of a more intimate crowd. And then, of course, throughout the day and night, we'll interact through the Discord on the regular channels and whatnot. We have a ton of regular channels on there. Feel free to come by and join those, because I think you guys would like it. I think you'd like it a lot if you're not already in there. It's pretty awesome. I don't know. Can you search for a Discord channel, or do you have to have a link? If you have to have a link, I could probably put one up as well, or somebody else could. It's, like I said, free to join. Anybody can join. All right. trying, so what I'm doing right now is trying to get this guy in here. It's feeling just a little tight, and you got to be really, really careful. I say that, but you have to be very careful when putting this in, because if it's too tight, you might not notice that it's like sticking, and you could twist this too tight, and it'll just twist right off, and all your hard work will be toast. But as you can see, the screw's coming through the other end, so that's really, really good. We're gonna want a little bit of this screw to come through, but we're not gonna need a whole lot, because I'm not sure if how well this will show up. I can get close. Let's see. Let's try to go through. Where's the new one we made? I think it's this guy right here. Let's go and twist it in. There we go. And you can kind of see, here, I'll go on this side. Ooh, where are we at? Here we go. You can see like how the screw is visible right there, and so we don't want that. So we need to cut it short. It looked like I know it looked like the screw was protruding all the way like out towards you, but it's just a stress mark from where we drilled in there. So since we've got this all the way in right now, we get to do the fun part of taking it all the way out. I always want to make sure that it's going to go all the way through first, and then we'll remove it almost. Sometimes you don't have to remove it all the way. You can back up the tracks quite a bit, though. You know what I mean? Take care, Brian. Have a great night. I don't know if you'll be going live on August 19th because that's my birthday. If it's a Thursday, then man, probably. That'll probably happen. If not, then happy birthday, Brian. Thanks for showing up, and man, happy 19th. I don't even know what I was doing for my 19th birthday. I don't know what I did for a lot of my birthdays. Be safe, whatever it is you do, if you do anything. And if you don't do anything, have fun doing nothing. So my barber lady said, she's like, you got any plans this weekend? I was like, nope. I'm going to fix some toys and keep organizing my room and organize some of the house. And gosh, dude, we had plans every freaking day, it felt like, since like May. I was like, what is happening right now? When did we get so busy? But last weekend was freaking awesome, man. I got to meet my man Casting Cave, Corey, for the first time face to face. We've had a million chats, but I never got to meet him face to face. Him and his sister were down. She's fantastic. It was really cool. We had a really great time, and got to hang out with Trash K. My buddy Anthony showed up for a little bit. My boy Clayton was there. We had a really, really good time, and it was just a good time. Gotta hang out with your friends sometimes. All right, so I was trying to take some of the I guess the hardened glue off of here, and it's kind of making a mess, but we can utilize that mess to kind of drift some of this down. Oop, careful, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Oh, I touched it. Dang it. All right, let's try to tighten this in before it gets too solidified in there. It's always good to do this with a I always use 2 pairs of pliers, because as this stuff goes through here, it's going to start solidifying, it's going to get sticky, it's going to start adhering, and we want to make sure we get this all the way through so it doesn't snap on us. Be very careful with it, and make sure you can see the end. Looks like we're out just enough here on the end. I'm gonna do one more twist and turn here just to make sure. Great. All right, so next step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and, where are my paper towels? I always have like just random paper towel. I'll just rip little chunks off of it like that and wipe. And I think I just freaking touched the super glue. Make sure I don't have anything on my fingers. No. Anthony's Customs moved back to Ohio, man. Me and him got to see each other a few times when he was down. Now, my man Anthony Martosio, A Marto, he's been really getting he's really good at 3D prints. He doesn't sculpt them himself. He does know how to mod a little bit in them, but he's just got the printing process down to a fine art. He's who I use for all of my masks, prints. Actually, anything that if I can get a file for something, it's going to him to print. His machine's good. He always keeps everything well maintained, and he always he tries to upgrade ever so often too if he thinks something's better. So it's really cool to see him. He sticks to it because he's kind of like a lot of us creatives. You get involved with something and you do it a whole lot, or you want to do a lot, and then you just don't stick with it. Well, this thing he is stuck with, and it has paid off dearly, man. His prints are some of the best. Probably they're the best prints I've ever gotten. It's really impressive, and for him to be one of my best friends is just makes me just proud of him, man. It's really cool. Nobel Prize is Nobel Prize. That's awesome. Does anybody know if there's some tutorial on how to make a double ball hinge joint, same as the one used in shoulders of Revoltake Amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Man? To make one? I think I have one of those over here. I'm pretty sure what you're talking about is, let's see let's see the biggest one I've got. I'm assuming it's something like this. It's the two double. Man, to make one? I mean, technically, in order to make one, you really just need one big piece and then two little pieces. You could put the holes either on this side or this side, and then the pegs going through. So you could make one from scratch plastic. You could just shape it. That's the same way with all of these. It's one piece and then two little pieces attached to it. That's basically the basic engineering of it all. I don't think it'd be fun to make. It might be fun. I don't know. It'd be fun to shape it out, I guess. Okay, so since we've gotten this all the way through here, and like I mentioned earlier, the screw is too long. It's too long. We do not want we don't want to put this in just yet and then have to turn around and freaking like try to sand in through the hole right here. I hate doing that. It's the worst. It really is the worst. So we're gonna see just how far this goes down. Looks like we need a clip, or what we could probably do is we'll sand it down, because if you clip, you don't have as much control. If you wanted to like clip the end off of this guy right here, it's gonna be an easy clip, but I think the better option would be to sand, just because you're gonna have more control over it, and you'll know exactly where you're sanding it off at. Put my junk everywhere. I'm gonna put my glasses on here. Always use safety whenever you're trying to sand these down. This is not gonna take a lot. Not a lot at all. You'll see just how fast this goes. Watch here. So we're gonna sand the end here and make it flat. Okay. So you also notice that I was holding this like here. Or the metal, basically the screw that's connected to this. It's not really smart, because if you were to really be sanding on this thing this is heat. It's a heat conductor. So it could go down and burn your fingers. I know how long it's going to take. So, obviously if it got too hot, I would drop it, but I knew it wasn't going to get that hot, but it can, just so you know. So if you're not holding on to it and you're sitting there dremeling, you go to grab it, you can burn your fingers, just so you know, in case you don't. So we've sanded this down a little bit, and let's see. So what I'm doing right now is basically pressing it up against here to see just how far this is going to go in. And we're really, really close. But I'd like to do a little shorter just because sometimes whenever I press it in, I'll do one more squeeze to really kind of drive it home, and sometimes it pushes it forward a little bit too much. I think that's going to do it. We're going to go and trust in that. Just because I don't think I can sand off anymore really. So we don't want to do that. It's also, I've noticed that it's kind of hooking out a little bit, which I think might be okay. As this hole right here is a little slightly crooked, I believe. And that's all right. But this might actually end up like 2 mistakes, making it look like I really knew what I was doing. Let's see. Where's my... There we go. So this is the one we want to use right here. And first you want to test it before you put any adhesive to see if the threading is still going to work properly, or if you're going to have to sand off any more. Let's see. I can't tell. So you'll know because it'll either go in or it won't. And it feels like it was grinding it a little bit, and we don't want that to happen. We want to make sure that we catch it just right. You want to make sure you go flat. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, because what can happen is you can hit the you can kind of off kilter your threading, and it won't screw in. It'll just sit there and grind and grind and grind. Which feels like that's what's going on right now, and I don't like that. Come on. Yeah, it feels like it's just spinning. It's just like spinning its tires right now. Well, crud. I can't sand off a whole lot more here, so let's see what happens. Sand off some of the plastic here, so give me a little more room. Go ahead and, just in case, let's go ahead and run our drill bit through here. Sorry, brain stopped working. Well, not sure why that isn't going in. Hopefully we didn't sand off too much, but I mean, there's still definitely threading there. We're just not giving it a whole lot to grip onto right now. I just need this piece to get tight, and it doesn't feel like it wants to play ball with me. I just want to make sure that whatever we're putting it into here is going to be correct. Oop, there went a piece. Well, we might end up having to shave this down. Let's see if I can't. Sometimes, since this happened, sometimes you can even get a grip on here and twist it all the way through. Because like I said, it'll hold really well. Sometimes you can kind of twist it a little more and see if we can't get a little more threading out of there. Oh yeah, look at that. Giving us just a little more. Okay, cool. So we got a little more to work with now. And it's really snug in there though. Let's see if that was the cause. I'm going to see if that was the problem. To see if there was just maybe I didn't have enough threading exposed, or maybe I drilled off too much, or let's see what happens. Yeah, I feel like it's literally just spinning its wheels right now. All right, let's sand off just a little more. I haven't had this happen in, gosh, I feel like it's been years since this has happened. Like I said, I pushed it through a little more though, so. probably a good idea to actually use my magnifying glass for this kind of situation, but you know, not everybody has a magnifying glass, right? Right? Alright, so that one actually went all the way. Gosh, I don't know if I'm happy with the location of this, though. This piece is so dang small. The problem... Gosh, I don't want to have to shape another one. I really don't. Even if it is the hole, whenever you have to make a hole version, it's so much better, but it'd be so nice if I could just get this thing to work right for me. Let me see how tight it's going to be in the... Please tell me. There we go. Let's see that first hole that I drilled. Maybe it'll work. That was a little too close. It felt pretty snug earlier, but it also feels like it might just pull right out, so we don't want that. Damn, that fits really, really well. Well, maybe we drilled an unnecessary hole. That's kind of crazy that that one's feeling a little bit better. Still, though, the screw is way too long. And this is kind of the risk you take with doing a repair like this, is that the screw is super, super short. You got like maybe 2 twists of the threading, and then that's it. You're done. You are done. That's it right there. All right, well, let's see if this will work. I don't know how confident I'm going to be in this. We'll see how it feels once it's you know, adhered and secure. Man, I think glue ran all the way down this bottle tip. So I'm going to put way more on here than I normally do, just because I want an extra hold. Just because, you know, we got to put this thing... Oh, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. First, I'll take my... Should have done this before. Okay, hang on. That's why there's 2. That's why there's 2. So you can grab this guy here with these little clippers here on a soldering station, like so, like that. Oh, I just hit myself in the head with the magnifying glass. Ow. Okay, and then we take it off of here, and so then we can use this. I don't even know if that's screwed in or if it just like stuck in there. I want to make sure it's in it. It's attached, and it's in the groove that we made. We'll see how that works. Might have to let the glue settle there for a bit, and then I'm also going to go ahead and fill in that hole that we made a second ago. We're going to go and do that. But you know what? What I'm thinking is, while we're waiting, and just in case, because I don't know, I just got a feeling, God, I'm getting glue all over me. Sometimes it'll do that, man. You'll your glue bottle for some reason builds up this pressure in it, and you'll break open the tip if it was like locked shut for some reason, like if it, you know, too much glue got out and it hardened over the edge, and then it just does this. It's like bubbling up. It's like popping out right now due to some pressure in there. And I really hate it when it does that, because it's literally just wasting glue. And it's just coming out of this thing. Let's see if I can't alleviate some of the pressure there. And open up the bottle. And we'll close it back. There we go. You just want to be careful if you open up a bottle of super glue, because that lets all those toxins in and stuff like that. Or toxins out. I guess out of the bottle into your face, which is something you don't want. And now I've got them on my hands, which is always fun, because every additional exposure to super glue can cause more of allergic reaction. Can actually you can develop an allergic reaction. So it's very dangerous stuff, guys. I know we're always young and invincible when we are young and invincible, but then it can get to that point where we are no longer that, and that is not what we want. Take care of yourself. Okay, so I don't know if I want to use... I have some stuff that's like close to the same blue as we saw here. And I had a piece just a second ago that would be the piece I would use. Unfortunately, this hole right here in this piece is too big. And you could, if you wanted to, you could potentially add some super glue on it and yada yada and try to make the hole or the peg bigger. But I don't want to do that because I want it to be a nice tight fit whenever we pop this thing on. And I want that to come straight from the plastic hole that will be attached. So I want to say these are the ones I usually use right here. This guy coming up. Hang on a second. This guy right here. Back in the day, you could buy these joints off of just these joint lots off of eBay. Fortunately, I haven't seen that in a long time, but you'd get stuff like this, like just a ton. The flesh tone ones are amazing. These green ones are golden. Like those never happen. A white one's amazing. You get black, but a lot of times you get this blue. You get this blue all the time. And it turns out it just so happens to be Spider-Man blue for this figure especially. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this guy. And while this is drying over here, and we'll test this guy out soon if we need to. Let's go ahead and shape it up. So this is what I was talking about earlier. You take your end clippers, your end nippers, and you find the seam for this. Carefully squeeze. It'll pop it out. Don't squeeze too much. You can ruin the integrity of this guy, and you don't want to do that. And let's just check this one real quick just to see what it's like. I bet the hole's too big. Watch. Yeah, it's too big. Falls right off. However, this guy right here, we might be able to make this work. Let's see. Due to the half size. So the thing you run into is that this one here, that the factory one, the peg is a lot longer, and this is a bit smaller here, where the half that's going to go in there. So we have to shape this guy quite a bit. So what we're going to start with doing is we're going to take the piece that actually has the peg in it, and we're going to clip the peg off. There we go. Peg is off, and it barely did anything. Look at that. So we're going to go ahead and just sand it flat. Turn it up. I want to say this is the same thing I did last week with Harley. This is a process. So we want to sand all this down here. And the more we sand down here in the middle, the closer we're going to get to, obviously, the edge right here, where there's actually going to be a thicker amount of plastic. But you have to be really careful that you don't shave it down too much, because if you shaved it down too much, then you're going to run out of, like, you're going to cut this little spot here down too thin, and where the half is. So this is where basically this right here, we're going to drill a hole through here, and it's going to fit right here, and it's going to be able to swivel. Correct? Correct. But this is also really round, the one that we're using. The one that we actually need to sand it down to, you can see here, I'm wondering if you can see this. There we go. See how flat that is? Like, compared to that. Very round, very flat. It's still got a little round edge to it, but, you know, we don't need that much. You also have to be careful. Here's another thing. If you're using this particular kind of joint to do this with, if you were to shave off too much, then it's hollow around here. You can see that light blue ring. what that is that's just plastic that was shaved down and pressed in there. Technically, we could go around and cut that out if we needed to. Right now, I'd like to leave that in as much as possible because the more compacted that is, the more of a solid grip we're going to have and more room to technically play with. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to sand around the edge first to make it smaller, to be the right size. And this is a tough one because you want to keep it circular. And I struggle at this sometimes. Keep it round. Because I'll come in at, it starts turning very oval-like. I'm going to shave off some of this plastic here. Just a little bit more. Going to be very careful. Slow and steady wins the race on this one, guys. Slow and steady wins the race. We're going to take a razor blade here. And I'm just going to kind of scrape off any excess that might be hanging around. Get any of this out right here. You can cut, you can scrape. Okay. Let's see what we're looking like here. This is still really wet with plastic over here, or excuse me, with the glue, the adhesive. Let's take a look. This is looking pretty good, really. Let's see if we can get a kind of a side-by-side comparison. It's pretty close. Sorry, trying to get this lined up. You can see this is a little bit fatter. Just a little bit, though. It's not really that bad. It'd probably work, and in fact, a little tight fit would be okay. But let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to sand down a little more. Like I said, keep it round. Keep it round. Because an egg is not going to swivel. You want it round. Okay. And we're going to go over the top with it. Kind of go flat with it a little bit. And hopefully we don't break through. I don't think we will. Okay. Sorry about that. I get a little quiet sometimes. I don't feel like yelling over this thing, and I'm also trying to concentrate. So let's see what we got here. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. I think we're starting to get our shape in. See how it's getting a little more flat instead of the rounded? That's really good. That's what we want. Cut some of this away. This always happens. Always have like a spot. There's always one spot that kind of bumps out from the rest. And it's right here and right here on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and sand that down. There we go. love my Dremels. I don't know. I could not do this work without Dremels, man. I just couldn't. And Dremel brand is the only brand I trust, man. That's it. You know, I reached out to Dremel, actually. I asked them if they would sponsor me, and they didn't tell me no, but they certainly didn't tell me yes. They did respond back. It's kind of cool, though. I appreciated that. Even if they're just humoring me, they're like, we get asked to be, you know, a lot of people ask us to sponsor them, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. I'm pretty small time, so, but you know, if you wanna support the little guy, I'm here. But if it's not worth your time, I get it. I get it. They're like, she's like, you know, but just out of, you know, curiosity, what tools do you use? And I was like, all of them. No, I was like, I have 3 Dremel styluses, which were actually given to me either as payment, sold to me cheap, or given to me, donated. High School Creations, like I said, donated one to me, and man, that guy is amazing. That's a Patreon I actually need to join. He's got one as well. He's super cool, but super cool, super guy, really nice dude. All right, so this is looking really good. The size is looking nice. A lot of times what you can also do is you can take some like sandpaper if you want, usually a finer grit. I think, let's see, these are really cool. These are like my wife's, like she gave me some of these. Like these are for like nails, like buffer pads. And you can kind of, if you want to go through and kind of literally buff your plastic, kind of works pretty well. Smooths it out, gets rid of any of that excess junk that's popping up on there, which we don't want. Yeah. Oh man, I don't even know if I ever told you this. Oh, Rocker Josh, I have figures in here like that are representative of you that I actually bought a while back, just in case. Look at this. Oh, it's upside down now, isn't it? Can you see? I don't know if you can see those on the wall there. Will this zoom in anymore? I wonder. I think it's as zoomed in as it gets, isn't it? Yeah. There's some Bill and Ted figures. Those are to represent my man, Rocker Josh. Keep him on the wall, just as a reminder of how awesome people are. And obviously, I don't know if you saw that as I was flashing through there, but my amazing diorama of the Toychanic Labs by the insanely talented Samurai Chris. This was long before he was a patron. He was just a fan, a friend, and a fan who turned into a friend, a guy I can talk to, a guy I trust, and you know, even hit him up with like, what did he think about the Patreon stuff beforehand? Like, hey, what do you think about this? Is this cool? Is this cool? And he was, you know, he's gonna give me his honest opinion. He knows I respect his opinion, and I respect his opinion. So it's just one of those cool things that kind of happened through all of this craziness of starting the Toychanic Live stuff. As a lot of you know, I've been doing this for, well, gosh, man, like over 14 years now. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah. Anyways, little fun fact for you there. Let's get this. Where were we at? What am I doing here? All right, let's go ahead and we're going to. What we want to do is line this guy up and see where we want to drill our hole. Let's see. So, generally right in the middle. Let's see what we got. Yeah, it's pretty much right there. So what we have is, it's kind of cool, but you've got a peg that was here before, and we get to utilize that as our center point. So we're going to take this. It doesn't have to really be even right now. You do want to stay in the center if you can, because that's, and if you didn't, just make sure you start leveling it out. This is our starting point. And let's see what else we got in the old bag of tricks here to help us. Because this, honestly, this hole is not that big. You can see that the hole that we're going to have to make is only going to fit, you know, this little spot right here. And this is, like I said, this is like kind of one of those standard SHF joints. And this is pressed, I think it's pressed down pretty well. You can see doesn't really work. You know, it's still too small. Even on this smaller, on the shallow end, it won't fit. I mean, it's on there, and I could probably make it fit with some super glue, but once again, I want to make sure, you know, that it's gonna fit more snug than if we had to utilize super glue. So what I like to do in this case is we're gonna find a bigger drill bit. We're gonna make sure that it goes all the way through here, but also has plenty of room to play. Let's see, what are we looking at here? Yeah, this looks perfect. This looks perfect. And hopefully this one isn't too big. I don't think it is. Let's see what this size is this. I think I have two of the same size in here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are the same size. They look the same size. I feel like I dropped the wrong one though. Let me just double check. I'm just nervous. I'm gonna put this on here. Alright. This right here is called a keyless chuck that I'm putting this into. My buddy Clayton turned me onto this a while back. This is actually Dremel brand as well. Very, very, very useful tool. You can actually use it on any rotary tools. It fits Dremel though. But yeah, it'll fit just about any size of bit, which is neat. So I drilled a hole through here a minute ago. We're going to follow that hole as our guide. Carefully drill through. Carefully drill through. Slow and steady. Turn around. We're going to go through this side here. All right. Looking good. I'm pretty sure this is still a little too chunky, so we're going to kind of flatten out this end here where some of that plastic is still kind of exposed. We're going to make sure that's nice and flat. I'm going to shave off just a little more of this. So it's funny, every now and then, I don't get a lot of this, but sometimes people, you know, rarely do people say, oh, that's too expensive. Which, in my response is, you know, it's like, I'm sorry, that doesn't fit your budget. You know, I wish you luck finding it, you know, cheaper somewhere else. But this is like, golly, this is the time that it takes to perform a repair like so, if you want it done correctly. Now, if you've got a 3D printer, dude, there's some 3D printers, I imagine, that can print out a joint, and that's awesome. And I have nothing against that, actually. I would actually love to be able to do that. I would love to have a 3D printer that I could utilize that functionality. Wouldn't that be cool? I've got a potential client who's wanting to do some pretty cool stuff. I need to finish everything I've got first. But he's got a scanner printer, one of those scanny things. I'm like, ooh, man. That sounds fun, doesn't it? And one of the things you got to do whenever you're making a joint like this is when you do start to sand, you need to make sure that you're also getting up under here to keep the rounded piece like this, because you're making it smaller, so you got to be sure not to oval it out. It's still got to connect, you know, rounded. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's bigger, and I always notice what'll happen is you'll start making a teardrop basically You'll use this as a guide, which is always good. You know, you don't want this to be super short, but you also are rounding this guy out. So everything needs to be proportionate and correct. So whenever you're putting this in the actual center, it needs to stay the center. So sometimes you have to make this the center. You have to shave around the hole you made to make it, you know, correct. Because if this was like an oval, you know, and you put that on a rounded surface, it's gonna, you know, at one point it might look good, but then once you twist it, it's gonna fall out of there, and we don't want that. Okay, let's I think I'm ready to try this out. One last trick, and I think I told you guys this last time, but for those of you who want a refresher or just don't remember or just like watching it again, we want to take our tiny little burr. Here's a sanding bit that might work, but I'd rather use the burr. It's a small one here. I think they make them smaller than this, which I'd like to grab. So this is a tiny little burr bit. This is very, very small. It looks way bigger on camera, but you can tell just like this small ring here. What this is going to do is it's going to give us basically the concave shape that we want for our peg to pop into and for it to stay there. And I'm not going to lie, if this pops in and stays there, we ain't popping it back out. Sorry. I mean, this joint might work over here. Ooh. This joint might work, but I don't know. I don't know. I just wasn't really confident in where that one was going. I don't know. I feel better with one solid piece of plastic. You know what I mean? Like and if that's all it takes, that's all it takes. But here we go. So what I'm going to do is from the top, I'm going to put this, I'm not going to go in all the way. I'm going to just go in a little bit. And the bottom, I'm going to give it just a little bit. And what that does is I went about maybe a third or a quarter of the way in. Turn that off so you can see. So it's not all the way in. It's about right here. About right there. Sorry if you can't see that. I apologize. That's as good as it gets for the focus. And so what that's going to do is that makes a little bowl shape on the top. So when we poke that peg through, where the peg is bigger on the top, it's going to pop in and stay there. That's what we want. So let's go ahead and make sure before we attempt this. I'd like this to be a one and done test personally. Sometimes though you'll pop it on and it's still a little loose, so you got to add a little glue. Sometimes it's exactly what you want. Sometimes you don't know. I'd like to say that I'm always going to be confident that this is going to work, but I don't know. I've been surprised so many times, and I think sometimes it's foolish to have 100% confidence. Maybe that's just for me. That's for me. I don't want to have that much confidence in myself because I feel like I set myself up for disaster. I don't know if you guys would know about the Enneagram. If you've ever heard of that, it's like everybody's a number 1 through 9. And if you do know about that, I'm a 4. And it makes sense. This thing is probably one of the creepiest things I've ever read. My wife turned me onto it, and it is so eerily accurate. It's terrifying in a great way. But you also learn how to deal with other people. You find out what they are. If you guys haven't taken the Enneagram test, it's pretty freaking cool. If you want to learn more about yourself and whatnot, it's free. It's pretty neat. Anyways, I'm sure that comes into play. That whole I don't trust myself. I don't want to trust myself that much because I feel like that's how you make mistakes. I also don't think people like that much confidence. Like, I can tell you for sure, yes, I'm going to fix it. Well, how are you going to fix it? Well, I don't know yet. Now, that might not make you confident in me, but I promise you I'll fix it. I'm just not sure. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I might do that starting out for, like, the Patreon. I think I'm going to have, like, an exclusive shirt. Since I never thought it would happen in the first place, but my logo or my catchphrase that I adopted from my grandfather is "The impossible just takes a little longer." And I think that actually might be something I'm going to do for my patrons. Give them the opportunity to buy a exclusive shirt that says that on there. Just because I never thought I would have a Patreon, let alone getting like, you know, paid just a little extra on the side, like from supporters and stuff like that, and starting this YouTube stuff up, and you know, it's pretty cool just to have the support. The friendships are priceless. That's really cool. I feel like I sometimes just have to remind. I'm trying to get in the habit of reminding people, hey, there is a Patreon. There is a way to like support, and I don't feel, I don't feel great about it, but I know that there's a purpose there, and I've been told that that's what you're supposed to do by people I trust. I always feel so slimy when I'm doing it. Feels like I'm almost begging for money, and I'm not, because the free stuff will always continue no matter what. And you guys know how I am about this. I'm just a little, I don't know, man. I guess I get worried about how that's going to be perceived. I'm like, I'm not like everybody else. I'm not saying even that. I don't want to be perceived like that. I want to make sure that you guys know that even if you are doing something like that, you're going to get the best quality, whether you're paying or not. But if you are, you're damn sure going to get some extra from me. I'll make sure that I will bend over backwards to make sure that the people who are putting the extra effort into me, I'm damn sure going to put the extra effort into you guys. So I really just wanted to kind of shout out the guys. I think that's super cool that you guys have done that and helped me out, and everybody else, even if you can't. Like, I love you guys just as much. Don't even think that that's what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? But yeah, if you guys want to, there's a lot of unfiltered stuff on there. I try to carry myself as a pretty wholesome dude on YouTube. I cut loose a lot. I do. And the guys in the Patreon have seen this. I've got one where there's a few saucy pics in there. some complaints that I have sometimes. I think I'm going to start doing that, like Patreon exclusive Bill Maru Toychanic grievances. Ooh, the stuff that I do not want to be. If it gets out, it gets out. So that's what I believe in. I believe in honesty. I believe in transparency, but I don't want it to turn in one of those deals where people tune in just to hear like Billy bitch and moan. You know what I mean? So anyways, there's gonna be a lot of that on there, I imagine. A lot of that on the old Patreon and stuff like that. I won't mention it again for you guys. I'll give a thanks at the end, but just so you guys know, there is a link at the top if you want to check it out. It's kind of bare bones right now, but I'm waiting. I'm kind of letting everybody get in there and whatnot. I think we're gonna start doing like some movie nights, which should be cool. So if you're ever bored and you want to come hang out with the boys, we're gonna do some like Patreon exclusive like movie nights where I can stream a film and we can all just chill, and we can Mystery Science Theater 3000 it. We can talk whatever we like, and I think that'll be really fun. I'm also gonna have some really cool secret giveaways. Got some pretty cool stuff coming up. Pretty cool stuff. I've been planning a lot of things for people, just to show my thanks. Anyways, cool stuff coming on the horizon. All right, so now that we've got this trimmed down, which I'm pretty dang happy about, I think we're gonna try to see if we can't pop this bad boy on. All right. Oh man, it's feeling pretty good. That was my fingernail, I think. Cool. All right, so we're gonna take these needle nose pliers here. We're gonna try to grip from the flat outside to the inside here. Just be very careful that you. Oh, that felt good. Oh, that felt good, dude. That's not even all the way on yet. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Kind of be very careful here. I'm kind of going around every edge. Oh man, look how tight that is, dude. Let's see if that'll pop up. focus. Dang it. You can't see like the seam. Besides, the color's like slightly different. You're gonna run into that. That's gonna happen. But oh man, the tension's good. Dude, that's not coming off either. Oh, hey, Esteban Barraza. There's the man. You missed it. He's one of my freaking awesome patrons. You missed it at the beginning, dude, but I got a big old thank you with your names on it and stuff like that. I thought just to show. I'll show it at the end as well, just to thank my the few that are going above and beyond to do that. I think it's really cool of y'all, and I really appreciate you guys doing that. Let's see what we got here. So here's your issue that you're gonna run into with this situation. Visually, this peg is longer. Okay, that's it. That's pretty much it. So let's see, which one was this? This one was this guy. So we can pop this guy back on. It really shouldn't be that long. But here's here's an issue that we're gonna have to fix here in a second. Uh-oh, what's going on? This won't pop on, will it? All you have to do is we're gonna sand this guy down. We got a nice little grip here. Let's kind of move it away from the knee edge. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna take this guy and we're gonna sand it down a bit. So you notice that, like, as I'm sanding on this, notice how the peg isn't like moving up. It's we got a nice firm grip on it here. And that means not only that, but this peg is in very well. This is I'm not trying to brag. This is a perfect repair for this. It literally worked exactly how you'd want it to. That the hole that we use there, man, I need to find my freaking I've got a gauge for my drill bits, and that would tell me exactly the size of the drill bit I just used, and I'm not sure where I put it, so I do apologize for that. But dang, if that drill bit wasn't perfect. The bigger one that I used was really, really perfect for this size. So that's awesome. That's really good. I'm gonna pop this other leg off. Let's see what we're missing out on here. What's the catch? So I've got, there's like a hitch here at the end. So here's your bump. Your bump is like right here. It's weird. So it kind of bumps into right there. This is where we just need a catch. This is pretty much the perfect length. I would say. This is exactly the length we want. And what we can do as well, we can kind of do this. We can kind of cut like so. Just kind of shave it up a little bit. Just get away from that knee. Kind of come in at an angle. And just kind of stop at the same point each time, right? And what that does, it's going to make this a little thinner, right? All the way around. And so when we get to the end, we're going to have a nice little bulb on the end. See what we got here. And then what we do, after we've done that, let's go ahead and scrape off any kind of excess there. Careful. Go cutting into your figure or your fingers. Your goldfish right next to you. Whatever you got next to you, don't do that. Don't cut into anything but this junk plastic that we're cutting off of here. Man, I'm proud of this one. This is really, really nice. Gosh dang. Okay, and now what you want to do is where this little end gets fatter here, right? So you want to go in and at a slight angle, just go around the edge. And what that's doing is that's going to make it way easier for this peg to slide in. To the leg hole. should just be able to twist some of that off right there with our fingers. If you have fingernails, that'll probably work. I always get mine a good scrubbing before I get on here. Do try to take a little bit of pride and care in my nails, because my wife is a big nail artist. So she's taught me to respect the nails. And let me tell you, they're tools, man. They're tools. Okay. Let's see if we can pop this leg on. It might still be a little too chunky, but that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. Yeah, a little too chunky. So let's go ahead and maybe we need to sand down the whole thing again and repeat the process. There's nothing wrong with repeating the process, dude. I do it all the time. It's better to have to repeat it than to do something else like that's, you know, going in the opposite direction. Because at least repetitiveness is going to get you closer to perfection, but never quite there. All right. There we go. Looking pretty nice. Let's put these edges. Let's go ahead and. You might not even have to, like that little bulb technique I was teaching you a minute ago. You might not even have to do that. If the peg is like thick enough, but also enough, just enough to where it'll slide in there, it'll stay in. The reason I say that is because there's no twist here. You don't have to twist it. So you're not worried about that. It's just got to pop in really well. And let's see. Let's try it again. Let's see if this will work. Let's line them up. Always be careful whenever you're doing this. It's always good to kind of bend the knee in my history that I found. So if you're trying to go straight down like this with the leg straight out, you could press and it could go and break. So if you press it like so, it's got less room to really, you can kind of anchor this leg here on there, and it's just a safer way. And you can see how it just bumped down whenever I'm trying to press on it. It's going to run out of room to do that. And you can see that it's still, let's see how easy this one goes on. Nice and snug. So this is a really thin peg, and which would be the reason why it broke. So let's go through and do it again. Ain't nothing wrong with this, man. We're getting closer. You might have to shape it up just a little bit while you're doing this. It's okay. Just try to keep it nice and smooth. All right? Keep your actions nice and smooth. Try not to hit the end of that knee. That's just a little bit. And you can see there's a lot coming off at a time. Now, this is the one that if I had to add super glue to, this is the one I would much rather prefer than the actual hinge. The hinge can get all sorts of messed up if you're doing that. I mean, I've done it plenty of times, and it will work. But it gets uglier, it gets gunkier and stuff like that. But if it's just on the peg, you should be set. Let's try to get rid of some of this excess, it's that stressed glue, or excuse me, stressed plastic. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of come in and shape it. Shape it, shape it, give it a little scrape and shape, you know what I mean? Oh, there you go. There's another shirt. Scrape and shape. All right, let's see. We want to start. Let's go ahead and do our, like I said, I think you always want to come in at the end and make sure that the end has been rounded just a little bit. And by doing that, what you do is you come in at an angle with your sanding bit and just go all the way around. Yeah, look at that. It's nice and clean. There's a little bit of junk right here that's making me... It's not going to cause any... You won't even notice it, but it's like, I know it's there, you know? There we go. All right. What are we on? Attempt now, what? Number 5, number 6? Let's see. Bring the knee down, anchor it, don't think that's... Oh, okay. That's okay. I was like, what the hell just happened? Wait, how does that go? Was that upside down? That's really weird. Alright. I was going to do this. Yeah! You couldn't even see it. Alright, take two. Yeah! Right? Let's not do that again. So, Peter B is happy to be kicking again. Let's see. This is the one we just fixed. Is this guy here? Let's see what we can do. See if we can balance him on this knee. Gosh, these arms. I don't remember them arms coming off so easy. I'm gonna kick. Come on. No, not one of those like little... I bumped the table. Either way, that's not the knee's fault. Gosh dang, these freaking arms suck. I don't think my arms have ever fallen off like that. On my Spider-Man, obviously. My arms fall off all the time like that in real life. See if I can bend down on that knee. I forgot like all of his pieces come off. Yeah. Well, either way, my balance sucks, but his knee's not bending wrong. It's bending correctly. We got him. Probably because all this excess plastic. All right. Oh my gosh. Get your arm on, bro. Is it supposed to do that? I don't remember it doing that. Come on, homie. This is like my posing issues. I was doing this the other day, there's a photo I'm trying to do right now that I think is going to be really cool. And I can't, like, every time I'm in here doing it, like, I go to sit down and pose, and my freaking back is just dead because I'm just doing stuff like this. Oh, man, this is just a bloody nightmare, isn't it? I'm glad you guys don't tune in to watch me pose. Bruh. Good job, Spider-Man. You can't even see it. Look at him. Like crumping over here. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Now I'm playing with the figure. That's what we're doing. Lightspeed. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you for showing up, man. I really appreciate that. I get it, dude. We're all busy. There's how you fix Spider-Man. I don't know. I don't even know if I'd trust this piece right here. I mean, I think what we would have to do... It feels pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. Pardon. What we would have done next is taking our clippers. Generally, I would put it in a plastic bag, but I'm not trying to do that right now. You would clip it like so. You would sand it. And another thing that's going to happen, man, this actually does feel like a pretty good hold right now. You would have to sand this down, the actual peg that we used, the factory peg, because whenever we drilled a hole and we put the screw in there, it actually widens it out. It thickens the peg, which is actually pretty cool if you want to do that. And I know you're like, well, why would you do that? The Mafex film Shazam, his arms fall out pretty dang easy. So there's that. So this is where I kind of covered up some of the piece that I did. the first one. There we go. But I can also see that like the screw is still poking out. So let's say you ended up having to do this just for grins. We want to take, I like using this piece right here. This is kind of cool. It's a really small sanding bit. And so what you would do is you would take your piece and make sure that it's not going to sand anywhere else. Which I don't know if it would or not, but just in case. You don't want to hit any edges. And so you take it like so, and we put it here. And just kind of sand away whatever screw is exposed in there. Which wasn't much at all, but you know, just in case. But yeah, there you go. I think I actually have... So I have this figure. I have an extra one of him. Is that here? Oh, freaking course not. Man, I just took that out the other day. Son of a... I always keep that figure with me, and the other day I decided, no, I'm going to take him out and all the stuff, and I'm going to bring... I think I was going to bring Goober's Gwen figure with me, and I ended up using a box instead, and I have lost the freaking top to my super glue, and that's one of those things you definitely want to find before you close up shop. Son of a gun. Anybody see where I put that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, of course it's here. But I was gonna say, I've got an extra one of those Spider-Man figures, and the knee actually was broken when I got it. Oh, now that I think about it, it was broken at the peg. Never mind. The hinge peg. I was gonna actually swap those out to see if they'd work, but I don't know where he's at. Yeah, this literally bends exactly in the same vein as this one does, and let's go ahead and yeah, there we go. There's a nice little pull to it. Pop it back on. Boom. Yeah, that works really well. Guys, I got some figures in today, dude. Hey, Bill, did the pic go through to your IG? Let me check. I usually don't have it on my desktop here. You guys want to see something cool I just got? Ooh, cool. Man, I might need you to like... I have to check that out. I might be able to do something really cool with that. You guys want to see something cool? I don't know if you guys like this last... We got 20 minutes left here, so I could either open up another figure to see if we want to repair it, or my my pile of loot came in today, and it's a pretty good one. I'm not gonna lie. There's some pretty cool stuff if you want to see it. If not, I can open it up another figure. It's up to you guys. I like to let y'all choose what you see. You're the ones checking out this, and some of you are even paying me now. So I kind of work for you guys. So, what do y'all want to do? Tell me what you want. There's this weird like lag that happens, so I'm sitting here. I'm like, hey, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? It's a really long lag. It feels like there's like I don't know, man. It's like 30, 40 seconds. Feels like there's a lot of time in between like that or getting an answer. So I'm just like, because I can even like I can see when I look at my camera, I can even see a lag in that. Also, look, I bumped Homeboy down. He's down a little bit. He's not so. Lightspeed said, let's see that pile of loot. Could you hear in my voice how bad I wanted to open her up? Every time I ship a pile of loot. Oh yeah. Also, I was gonna check and see if any of you guys have any Zemnu parts that you're wanting to sell or something like that. I'm looking for some. I think I need the chest and the head, and that might be all. So if you guys have any Zemnu parts, and I believe those are the parts that came with, man, it sucks. I had them. I had all those parts, and I got rid of all those parts because I was like, I'm not going to build Zemnu. And it turns out I was. Yeah, so I've got, let's see, was this 2 and 4? I've got the legs. I've got an arm. And I don't have the Dormammu part, which is an arm. The chest, which is a Lady Deathstrike. And then the head, which is Red Skull. Which sucks because I have those figures. But I got rid of it. And I freaking read the Immortal Hulk. And he shows up in it. And I was like, oh, I like this character. I like this character so much. So, sucks. Anyways, I think Ori's going to hook me up with like an arm. But if you guys got it, if you guys beat his price, then I'll just be like that. Sorry, pal. I'm going with other people. What do we got here? Oh my god, there's a Marvel Legend in here. Hell has frozen over, guys. I crap on Marvel Legends a lot because they piss me off. A lot of times, like, I want to love them so much because of how cheap and accessible they are. I had to buy this. And as cool as this is, I'm upset that I had to buy it because I wanted the freaking heads. And all the extra accessories. This is cool. I might sell my bath now for whatever. I'm sure it's not going for much anymore, but we'll see. Oh man, the heft. I love these. God, this. Oh, I love these plastic. I love this. I love the vintage cards. I think this is the best thing ever. I'm so sad that they're going away, but I understand. Is there another Marvel in here? Oh, yeah. It is. This is going to turn into a project, actually. This is the Sentinel Spider with Penny Parker statue. So, super cool, man. Super cool. I'm like super excited for this. And we got, of course, we got Dan. Can't help it. Had to get him. I love all these little... I think I want to keep him in the lab for a little bit. Just let him... Yeah, it's funny because I have the old Rhino. He's the exact same. And he just came with the weirdest heads. The weirdest heads. I'm going to open up this. Sometimes I'm really excited with Black Series figures when I get them out. And then sometimes I'm just totally let down, like Marvel Legends do that to me a lot. So it's more of a Hasbro thing. I don't hate Hasbro, but I'm definitely slimming down my Marvel Legends buying. I do like a lot of, I buy a lot of Thor and like Excalibur stuff. I would buy that. There's not really a whole lot. Daredevil. I'd like a new Daredevil, but I'd rather just have a Mafex Daredevil. So, I don't know. Like, Hasbro would really have to, like, do something crazy in order to get me to buy some of those things. But I'm a sucker for all the Thor stuff. That Ulick, the exclusive, the Walmart exclusive Ulick is sick. That's, like, my favorite Marvel Legend I've had in a long time. All right, let's see. Those elbows there, and sculpt is really nice on the head. Let's, so you guys can see it. confused. I mean, I can't. Single knees. Hip, swivel. Yahoo! Man, I kind of want to just like make him like super articulate. Well, I mean, you know what? I can't really complain about this. I guess I can. I complain about the price on this guy. The price sucks. The price is too damn expensive for this guy, especially one that you want to build, like, you know, buy a few of them. I know there's different ones, but I was like, I didn't buy the other one. I literally just got this guy. And this is it. I think these are cool. I like that he comes with like different things, different instruments and whatnot, but it's kind of neat, I guess, that they break apart like an actual musician would do. I'm assuming he gets into all of the. It's easy to get into the pose, so there's not much to him. That's kind of it. He does what he's supposed to. I feel like these guys could have been like statues. I do like the fact. Oh, I like that they got a little hole for his spout there. That's neat. That's cool. Yeah, all right. I mean, there's that. Got a head like a butt. I never know what to say about like Hasbro stuff. I'm like, I don't know what to say about this. This one's name's Dan. His name is there you go. Figrin Dan. So Figrin Dan was the rocking frontman for the all-Bith band, the Modal Nodes. His deft playing of the clue horn for the band earned him the nickname Fiery Figrin. So there you go. There's your Star Wars history today. Little bio. And check this out. I missed these before, and then they got re-released in different colors. Let's freaking go. Bam! We got the Test Man. He's orange, and I'm freaking out because he's freaking orange. How awesome is that? 1, 2, 3. These were pretty cheap. I wanted 3 of these guys. I don't normally army build. Very excited for these. These are... a lot of times I get really excited, and I'll whatever I see potential for a figure that will work really well in my Toychanic lab for toy repairs. And how appropriate is this fella? You know what I mean? I've never even seen a review on one of these things. Oh my god, it comes with a freaking wrench! Yo, I didn't know that. What the heck? He comes with a freaking wrench? Bro, are you serious right now? Yeah, I am that excited about a wrench. Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, it's even funnier. He's got a past QC sticker on here. Come on out. We don't need these boxes ever again. Look how cool this guy is, dude. That is a cool wrench. Look at that, man. That's bananas. I had no idea he came with a wrench. That means I got 3 wrenches. I wish they all came with, like, secret tools. It'd be so cool to open that up and be like, oh my god, this one's got a hammer. Alright, let's see. Let's give him the test since he's such a test dummy here. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, look at that. There we go. This guy cost about as much as that Star Wars figure, and I can already tell you I love this one so much more. Yeah, look at that. Bah. Yes. He's ready for testing. Because he's Test Man. This is the coolest, dude. Oh, hell yeah. He got pointy fingers. Got a pointy finger. What do we got here? We got 2 fists. We got a left pointing hand, a left grippy hand, a right grippy hand, a right tighter grippy hand, left tighter grippy hand. Look at this. We keep going. I think Mama must be home. We got trigger finger on the right hand, a wider kind of, I don't know what you would call that. I'm holding an apple hand on the right or left, and then an open hand on the left. That's hella weird, isn't it? Like, isn't that a weird... Did I miss one? That's such a strange number. That's weird that he's got more left hands than right hands. Isn't that odd? Yeah, as far as I know, they didn't do new Crash Dummies, man. I love that old cartoon and stuff like that. And old toys and whatnot. But this guy's just too dang cool, man. I love the fact that he's orange and black. These are my colors. All I have to do is take one of these and slap my light. Check this out, guys. This is awesome. Watch this. Watch this. Oops. Paint him up. Paint this up. There's a little, I guess I don't have it. Oh, here we go. Oh my god. Doge is barking. Gosh dang. Take our blue tack. Smoosh it on his face. Dude, I'm gonna paint that up orange and black. Test man. Yeah, for the Maru crew. Give him some little tool belts. Give him like tool. Let him like help out. Keep rolling. Sorry, couldn't help myself. And if you want, there's the official test dummy like logos on there, which it's kind of weird. I think they're yellow, which it's a shame these aren't orange. You know what I mean? That'd be really cool for them to be orange. I don't think I'm actually gonna put those on. I like the base that we've got going on right here of the orange, and so I think I'll. Let's see. Yeah, they're not clear or anything. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Those are cool though. I might do something with them later on. I've got a stack of stickers that I kind of hang on to just in case. I've got like Transformer stickers. I got all sorts of fun stuff like that. Let's see what this wrench is all about before our time's up here. We can get it open. Thank you, Razor Blade. Can't get it out. I cut one in. I think I pressed it on. All right, check it out. This isn't magnetized, is it? That's not metal. It's got a nice feel to it though. It feels a little stronger than normal. No articulation in it. No big deal. Wouldn't expect it to, really. This is cool. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Look how cool that is, man. I don't know if you... Yeah, look at that. You can grip it in here. I wonder if you even need that super tight grip hand. You don't. Use the smaller... The wider one, excuse me. Bam. So easy these guys are to pop off. Oh, man. Wonderful. Those are brilliant. Remember what I said. Don't go straight in. Keep it to the side. Whoop. Let's get this off. Let's put this guy, because this is one of those cool fingers. Careful. There we go. That's right. Ooh. Maybe the tighter grippy hand would be better. Let's use this one instead. This is the Damn Toys Test Man. For any of you wondering, I don't know if he's still available. Probably. I remember the yellow one sold out, so don't even mess around, man. You might want to get you one of these. Get you a Maru Man. Tessmaru. You can buy one of these masks, or you can actually get one. I'm offering these actually through the highest level of the Patreon. If you want that, it's kind of cool. But yeah, this is cool, man. I like this a lot, and I got 3 of them because I had to buy these in excess, just because I think they're freaking cool, and yeah, they're gonna be helpers in the Maru lab. Isn't that cool? I think it's amazing. I think it's super fun, and I cannot wait. Can't wait to open up Penny Parker. I think she's gonna be dope as well. But I like it. What do you think about Robo Skeletons? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Is Robo doing? Did he paint some skeletons, or what's going on? I feel bad. I don't know. I don't really keep up with everybody as much as I wish I could. So if it's something I need to be checking out, I do like skeletons. Oh my god, what just fell? Ugh, I'm trying to open up Penny. That's probably what I'm going to be doing for the next couple minutes. Oh shoot, I didn't know this thing lit up. Freaking spiders got light up features? So what's up? I bought this guy blind apparently. Oh, so actual Robo, he's releasing some skeleton figures. Oh cool. Well, I like the old articulated icons. Those were neat. Kind of would have been cool to see that line keep going. I guess they're articulated icons like skeletons. Is that right? I'd have to see them. I don't know. Hopefully they're awesome. This guy was very, very, very expensive, and he does not feel very expensive at all. His foot fell off. Look at that. Did you see that? His foot just fell off. Huh. Man, that's really like just kind of puny there. So no toe articulation. Man, this was very expensive. And this does not feel very expensive. Does this bend right here? Did these bend? Did these not swivel right here? Like, this would be great if these like swiveled. I feel like I'm gonna break it if I try to bend these. I don't think these are supposed to bend. I mean, the joints are pretty scary right now, I won't lie. Oh, man. Oh, this foot's terrible, dude. Look at that. It just falls off. I remember the biggest complaint at the beginning of this thing coming out was that it's not big enough. And I was like, you know, you can make it work. Now, I really wish it was bigger, because if it was bigger, I could probably look past just how minimal this is. I'm not sure exact. The fact that Penny is a statue and this feels like an afterthought figure, this feels like Legends could do a much better job on this figure. And you know, how I am with Legends, I'm like, gosh dang, this foot just will not stay on. Cool. So I've got to fix that. It looks good, but man, this thing was really expensive. Like, This is not what I expected from Sentinel. I don't know why. I guess I don't know, man. Maybe once it's lit up, it would be cool. But this was like $100 or something. This was a lot of money for. I feel like this is. God, that foot's gonna bother me. Son of a gun. I don't know. This is a little bit of a. This might be a dud. I mean, maybe I don't know, man. Maybe I gotta mess with it a little more. This ain't going in my top figures of the year. At least the fingers are articulated. That's really cool. But the toes aren't. Like, you would think that the toes would be articulated so you could get them into some really cool poses. Like, where'd the money go? Did the money go on the light up feature? Because we don't really need it. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's cool. And he's got what? One alternate head. I think that's smiling, that's fun. But man, for the cost, good lord, it's really expensive. At least this is easy to. I do like the fact that the head is easy to take on and off, and that it does stay when you place it in. There's nothing to this, man. Compared to Miles and Pete, like this should have came with like an articulated spider ham as well. Like that would have been great. This foot's really bothering me. I know I can fix it. I know I can, but it's just like, man, why do I have to? This feels like this one's not as bad, I guess, but it feels like the ankle. I know they're trying to make sure it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. It feels like just the end's a little warped out. Bummer. This is a. Yeah, this is a huge. This is literally an expensive. I feel like this is so expensive because the whole reason you bought it was to. Well, I gotta get Penny so she's in my collection. But man, this would have been just fine as a statue. It's all right, but it feels so cheap. I don't know, man. It's not gonna break. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break on me, and nothing's broken. This just needs to be like the peg needs to be thickened up. I do like this arm here. Some of the joints feel a little loose. I'm just like trying to see like maybe the fact though that it is so light, maybe the light doesn't really bother me, and maybe I think that's why it feels cheap is because of how light it is, and I'm wondering if that's actually going to come as a benefit. The more I think about it, the more it's kind of cool that it's light because you can look at that. I mean, he's standing on 1 foot right now. I don't know if you can even see that. I got him standing on like 1 foot. He needs stronger joints though, so he can hold poses, because you could do a lot of fun stuff with a robot that's really light. You know what I mean? You could have him everywhere because there's not a lot of weight just weighing him down and kicking his. I don't know. There might be some fun to be had with this thing, but it doesn't feel it. The fact that Penny's a statue, I think, is what kills this one. So it kills the whole price. Like you've got a really expensive figure here, and then Penny, it'd be super cool to put her on his shoulder and all that stuff. I mean, let's face it. This guy is kind of small. No wrist articulation. A lot of missed opportunities here. A lot of missed opportunities. Like the hips are pretty terrible. I guess if you finagle it enough, but if I didn't buy a Revo, I bought a Sentinel. I think one thing that I can appreciate about Sentinel is that they do attempt to try different things. I've noticed. And that's cool, but yikes, guys. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna put a little glue around this peg, and then and this is actually some gel control from Loctite, and I'm basically just kind of putting it around the end there. And I want to go ahead and We're gonna go ahead and a lot of times I'll tell people to go ahead and let that dry. If you know what you're doing and you know how your adhesive's gonna handle itself, then you can go ahead and try it yourself. Man, I might want to pop that guy right back out. That adhesive is like sticking real quick. Oh boy, I swear if you break that. Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh no, I think I'm gonna lock the joint. Oh no, I didn't. I broke it. Oh. I'm pretty sure seconds before that I said I know how my adhesive is going to react, and oh my god. Shit. Cool. Well, this is a really fun figure. It started out as a really fun unboxing, and by the end, that's just wow. I can't believe that just happened. Like, I'm literally like the glue adhered like that. That was crazy, bro. Wow. Wow. Well, I wonder what well, the joint was loose anyway, so I guess I was going to replace it. What can you do? Seconds out of the box. Hey, yeah, I glued my figure and broke it. Okay. I want a replacement. No. You idiot. Damn, man, I can't believe how fast that freaking... That was like... That was crazy. I'm impressed how fast that actually... I felt it twist, and I was like, oh, there it goes. And then it just twisted right off. So I'm not thrilled with that. It's not like I don't have 1,000 black joints in here that I can use. It's not a problem, but damn. I'm really shocked that the glue adhered that fast. That was really, really quick. I just need a round one like we were talking about earlier, but damn. So be careful out there. If you get one, you might want to watch that joint. This guy right here, it's just a regular round peg that was in the ankle there. But boy, that sure broke. Look at that, just snapped right off there. Which I technically could probably, well, I would say I would just drill it out. Here's a trick. If you guys want to see something real fast. Let's see just how adhered it is. You can take, generally what I'm thinking is what's about to happen is I'm going to have to actually drill that out. But you can take a drill bit. I'm going to put it in this guy right here. And you can, so here's our guy that decided to move into its new home. Alright, don't get any crap. Man, that's some weird plastic. Okay, so I drilled all the way in there, and then what I'll do is I'll take, if you just had a stuck joint, like no adhesive, which this one obviously has adhesive, you can take your drill bit, which I think that was a 1.2 drill bit, and these are some of my bigger screws. If you ever snap a joint, basically, if you snap a peg off, you can do this method right here. You can put that in there and then grab, I usually like to use my my stronger pliers here. These are some big boys, and generally you can pull wonder if I can just keep tightening. I wonder what will happen if I just tighten that guy out. I think what will happen is you can pull it out and oh yeah, this is in there real good. Man, that it fused. God dang. Yeah, I don't think so Penny, I think Penny actually comes with a stand that you have to put her on. Let's see. Yeah, there's no way in hell she's standing up without the stand. She's leaning really far forward. Wow, yeah. I'm gonna I'll have to drill this out. Professional Toychanic, guys. What does that even mean? Like I coined that term. It means whatever the heck I want it to, right? Well, what I can do though, which is kind of cool, now I've been given free reign to I'll take my drill bits that I was using earlier, and since it's a straight shot down in there, this happens every time. Every single time I try to have a little fun, like I try to branch out from the repair. I have fun doing the repairs, but every time I try to branch out from them, I'm like, ooh, here's a fun thing to do. We should do that. Something happens. Yeah, look at that, man. Whole thing's gotta be dremelled out. Which is fine. I mean, we're probably gonna actually end up with a better joint anyways, but man, I can't believe that thing adhered like that. Was just boom, done. Bye. I'm staying here forever. This is my new home. Let's see if I've got any I wonder if it even matters about if it's the round peg. I wonder if that would even matter, because I've got these guys here. I've got a ton of these. I think I might, if I'm going to replace one, I'm going to replace them both. But right here, these guys are pretty cool. You can do like a straight shot. I imagine what we're going to have to do here is drill this out a little more. Let me take a look at this guy here, if you guys don't mind. Pardon. Okay, so there's like a rounded bit. Man, it really looks like it just fused to the plastic right here. Man, that is bonkers. I've seen glue or adhesive adhere that quick before, but I just haven't seen it, I guess, in a while, and I think I was just kind of taken back by what I was working with here. Man, look at that. You dream of the glue adhering to PVC plastic that good. You know what I mean? Like, never holds on that well. Almost always it's gonna take a little bit, almost, except for on Billy's new big time letdown Penny Parker. Oh man, I did have a smaller one, dude. I did have a smaller one. I'm glad I didn't use it, but yeah, I've got a smaller. I mean, this is the same one we might have used it. I might have used this one earlier. I always get confused. There's a smaller version of this guy. Of this yeah, this is probably the same one I used. I'm gonna kind of drill out the front here, kind of get that shape back in. Man, I cannot believe it did that. That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. Man. Look at that, man. That's cool, man. I see some people in some of the old the good old crew Maru getting some good conversations in there. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate you. Kind of ended on a funny note, I guess, but I'm gonna see if I wonder if this will even. I should check this first before I even put it in. I think we can do. You need to go straight in like so, or we can go with the angled. Oh man, that's so much tighter. Still smooth. Okay, cool, cool. All I gotta do is get this foot to fit in here. You know what? I'm gonna take that out and get it to fit first before we go pressing on that thing anymore. I think if we do this angled bit into the foot, it's gonna be awesome. That's a really nice snug fit. I think this is gonna. I'm probably gonna replace these completely. Sometimes this kind of works out to your benefit, you know. That was a big complaint. That was one of my first complaints here. Was that his ankles were a little too weak, and I think this is exactly what I'm gonna need to have weak ankles. But dang, not really the way I wanted to go about it. You know what I mean? So we have to go all the way down in here. Plus, he's got this cool little crevice on the front. If I can just get this thing to plug in here, I think we'll be good. I'm just trying to make sure I get rid of any of the gross stuff that was left over, like the any adhered plastic that's in there. Man, let's see what we got. Watch. I'll probably get it in there. It'll be too loose. And I'll be like, man, I don't know if I want to tighten it up. Gosh, this plastic is crazy. It's like I don't know why it's not going in. I just don't want to. I don't want to force. I don't know what's going on with this stuff. I think it's like gumming up from all the. Yeah, there's a bunch of excess plastic in there. There we go. See if this will work for us. Really trying to just get one on and we'll end this stream. I just want to see it happen. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a nice snug fit. Look at that. Bop, 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 bop. So let's take a look. See what this looks like. So with just a little more work, but even then I like this a lot. This has got a nice smooth turn to it. Go all the way up. Let's see. All the way up. How far down? All the way down. Swivel, swivel. Swivel, swivel. However, this one flimsy, this one hella tight. Gosh dang. Yeah. I'm gonna replace this other one with this ankle joint. I like this a lot better. I guess that's a win. You know what I mean? Not what I expected, but I'm definitely gonna swap this one out too. It doesn't have that, you know, that round flushness, but all I'd have to do is shape this out. But honestly, I think I'm okay with this thing. This is a freaking robot, and it seems to fit in there really, really well. I'm gonna keep it the way it is. Weird. Also, without any dremeling, these actually fit in really well, nice and snug. And then you can turn that around and pop that bad boy in. So now I've got two of the same joint. And now, let's go and close this up. Throw those into the pile. All right. Oh, dude, look at that. He's like swaying on it. Look at that. That's a solid joint, dude. Look at that. He's on one foot. That that's nice. Damn, those joints are crazy good now. Okay, now I'm happy with that because now I can get him into some cool running poses, and he'll stay. He was swaying, like that's what's up. He was swaying on that one little bit. I might actually need to dremel out the foot so I can get more articulation out of it because I'm really kind of. Watch, this is gonna turn into one of those figures that I like just end up really loving, and I talk trash about it right out of the gate, and now like I'm posing him, and after I've modded him, you know what it's like? It's like getting that first scratch, and you're like, oh, he does have wrist articulation. Okay, so I take that back. He does have wrist articulation. They do bend. Okay, man, he's actually. Uh-oh, I think I'm gonna fall in love with this thing, and I hate that. Dude, like the joints fit in these ankles perfect. I'm gonna get him into a crazy running pose. Man, his body kind of lends himself to like crazy poses that normally you wouldn't be able to get out of a normal figure. Oh, he looks like he's tripping. All right, fun factor's kind of there now. The fact that his ankles actually like work now. Look at that sway. That's nuts. No, actually he didn't need to be warmed up. Just kind of be careful if you were to pull those pegs out, and then you can just pop them right back in. That's pretty crazy. I am surprised. I honestly thought I was about to end of the stream and be like, God dang it, really? Like I can't believe that happened, which I can't. But that is a happy accident, man. Like, these are crazy. Like, these are already tight joints. And what's funny is I never get to use these things. And now I've got this, like, man, look at this. Like, crazy. I don't know if I can get him to. Dude, the sway is what gets me. The fact that he actually hangs on. Boom. Yeah, all right. We're gonna call it now. Now I'm happy. Now I'm really happy. Damn. Yeah, his balance is nuts. You can't see the freaking thing on there. Oh wait, I wonder if. God dang it! Could have been doing this the whole time. Son of a gun! Look at that. He's like got this. This is the pose I've got him in. Like a real awkward, like crazy. Let's swap the ankle and see if we can get him right here. I just want to like put him in wacky poses. That's nuts. Yeah, kind of fun. I don't like how light he is. All right, man. All right. This is one of those things. Maybe it just takes a little bit of warming up too. Just need a little more. What is it? The impossible just takes a little longer. Oh man, he's got more articulation in his ankles now. They move forward more. What up, G? Dang, look at that. He's just on his feet now. Hell yeah. Okay, cool, good. What a great ending. What can I say? Guys, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you. I just really appreciate you guys. Check out the Discord. Check out the Patreon if you guys are feeling inclined. Like I said, I got a lot more on the horizon for that. And just remember to constantly take care of yourselves out there. Take care of each other. And the impossible just takes a little longer. Y'all take care.